Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks very much for clicking on this video. Much appreciated. Today I thought I'd do my second video on a Funko Pop that I own. I thought I'd do this one on one I've actually just got recently, which is going to be the Iron Spider suit from the Avengers Endgame film. Great film, by the way. If you haven't seen it, please do. It's amazing. But before we start, like I said, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining us. Um, just point out before we proceed, if you haven't seen the film, there are going to be a couple of spoilers ahead. Not too many, but just want to give you the heads up because I don't want to ruin anything for you guys. Like I said, if you haven't seen the film, it is epic. I won't lie. I know I'm a big nerd. It appealed to me. It was brilliant. I don't know what more I can say, really. But I said, thank you for coming, and let's get to it, shall we? So, this Funko Pop, it is called the Iron Spider, and it actually represents Spider-Man on how he appears in the film Avengers Endgame, which was released back in 2019. So, like I said, it's not a completely different character. It is Peter Parker under the suit, but it's not his regular suit that he has in the universe. It is a specially built one designed by Tony Stark. Now, this film, Avengers Endgame, it is the 22nd film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU, as we're going to call it, being cool and all. And it is one of the later ones, came out last year. Spider-Man, he doesn't appear in it for long, the film, basically because he is one of the characters that they do bring back at the end. And as he's resurrected in the suit that he was wearing, at the time of his disappearance, if you like, when Thanos clicked his fingers and wiped out half of the universe's population, which obviously people were quite happy about, in the film, that is, Now, this particular Funko Pop actually represents the moment when the Avengers are trying to keep the Infinity Gems, which are housed in a kind of like a makeshift Infinity Gauntlet, again, created by the genius we all know and love, Tony Stark. And he's using it, he's basically trying to keep away with Thanos. It's got all the gems in it. They're playing, keep away with him, basically. He's swinging around. He's trying to stop Thanos from getting it. And essentially, clicking his fingers again and causing untold devastation to the universe. Now, this is towards the end of the film, so this is the spoilers I'm talking about. Now, the actor who plays Spider-Man, it is Tom Holland, who, I gotta be honest, is pretty funny, and I think is a fantastic Spider-Man. He first appeared in the role officially, that is, back in 2016 in the film Captain America: Civil War. Now, I say officially because I love like theories and conspiracies and fan theories in general, and there is a theory that Peter Parker actually appears in, I think it's Iron Man 2. There's a theory about it. Now, it wasn't Tom Holland, my understanding, who's playing this particular person that they think. So he did officially start the role in 2016, but there is a possibility that Spider-Man himself actually appeared earlier on. Now, I suppose it's one of those things where it's alluded to, possibly, because of all the rights between Sony and Marvel at the time about how to use the character, etc. Which, I gotta be honest, all that kind of stuff goes over my head when it comes to rights. You can own the film rights to a character, but then you have another person who owns, say, maybe like the actual character rights itself. Oh my god, legal mumbo jumbo. Not something I completely understand. But hey ho, I know a lot of people do out there. So, please fill in the blanks. And like, if you want to say something in comments, please let me know. But yeah, so getting back to it, I love this Funko Pop. I really do. The suit itself is so awesome. It's got the 4 extra mechanical arms at the back, which in the film are used for defensive purposes. The suit, because it's been created by Tony Stark, has kind of like defensive capabilities put in. So it is metal, so I suppose you could say it includes more physical protection for Peter Parker. It does have some computer functions as well. I mean, you can see his eyes are glowing red. Well, they're not glowing, but in the film they are. His eyes are red. Now, that is because I think it's in a kill mode. So at the time of the film, like I said, Peter Parker, while he's trying to keep this gauntlet away, he is having to take on and engage a lot of Thanos' forces. And, the mechanical arms, they go into kill mode and they're just stabbing away at these creatures, trying to keep Spider-Man safe. Pretty cool. I'm not going to say too much more on that because you really, really, really need to see it. Honestly, I know I'm harped on about it, but it is worth it. He's still able to use his web shooters. Like I said, it has got limited protection. It doesn't go into it too much, I think, from the films. I mean, the actual Iron Spider suit itself first appeared in a clip in, I think it was Spider-Man Homecoming, which was a film from 2017, right towards the end. Not a lot of information is given on it. I don't want to say too much either, because I know they have done another Iron Spider Funko Pop as well, which is actually based on how he looks in the comics. So if I ever do get that one, I'll be happy to give all the more information on the abilities then. Okay, so like I said, so with that suit, I mean, it is pretty cool. I mean, I love the design. I have a little stand for him. It's just fantastic. It works really, really well. Now, the actual suit itself, when I said it appears in the comics, I mean, if it probably is better known for Peter Parker's run with it during the Civil War storyline from the Marvel Comics, which is about 2006, 2007, I believe. If you don't know, basically that storyline follows the premise of should superheroes be registered with the government and essentially be under government control, or should they be kept off such a leash and, do what they do best? I mean, this was following a series of incidents. I gotta be honest, I haven't read the comics itself. I know a bit about it, so I'm not going to do it any injustice by, trying to make guesses. But essentially, events happened that brought into question whether or not vigilantes and heroes, costumed super do-gooders, if they should be brought under the control of the government and essentially only be used under government authority, etc., etc. So there were two opposing sides to that. You had Iron Man, aka Tony Stark, who was pro-registration, and he had a whole host of heroes behind him, supporting him. And then on the opposing side, the anti-registration movement, you had Captain America, aka Steve Rogers. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it doesn't really concern this Iron Spider, but let's just say in that one as well, Peter Parker had the Iron Spider suit through Tony Stark. Now, that is the origin of the suit. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but like I said, if you ever get a chance to get this Funko Pop, I think it's well worth an investment. It's absolutely amazing. So I thought to finish off the video, again, I like to go down the route of talking about Funko Pops, which I would love for Funko to do, but just maybe necessarily haven't released yet. At the moment, I'm going to go for the Hamilton musical. Now, hear me out. I saw it for the first time the other week. I'd never heard of the musical before, to be honest, until it was released on the Disney Plus platform. My fiance taught me into watching it, and I gotta be honest, I mean, musicals aren't my cup of tea. They aren't my usual thing, but you know what? It was actually really, really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it is one of the best musicals I've ever seen in my life. I know it could be a bit of an exaggeration, but honestly, it's really good. And the cast and crew behind it were, amazing. Basically, absolutely amazing. The detail, the actual, the cast of characters, how they interact, the songs. Well, I'm not going to say too much more because it's not a musical review video. But honestly, if you ever do get the opportunity to see it, I think it's about 2.5 hours long, give or take 10 minutes or so. But it is really good. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it because I love that period of history, the American Revolution, or the American War of Independence, as it's called, which was from 1776 until about 1783, I want to say, when it officially ended. And of course, then that resulted in the independent nation of the United States of America, which we all know today, obviously. Now, from what I saw on Disney Plus, I do think that if they made Funko Pops of how the historical characters, such as George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Jefferson, and the like, how they appear in the musical, I think they'd be really good Funko Pops. I mean, I am aware that they have already done Funko Pops on the real life George Washington, and also when he was crossing the Delaware River. But I do think if they did the Funko Pops of the characters as they appear in the play, I think that'd be really, really cool. I mean, whether or not they do that, personally, I don't think they would. But I think it'd be pretty cool. I got to be honest. I'd be up for getting one. And yeah, to be honest, I think when you look at the characters, say Alexander Hamilton himself, you could do a few of his suits. I mean, to be honest, he does wear, well, not too many clothes, but to be honest, you know what? I think it'd be pretty cool. You could have some variety there. George Washington, for example, he'd be cool when he got his general uniform on. You could have it when he's got his presidential uniform on. It's really cool. A lot of them as well, when they appear, again, bit of a spoiler, possibly, I don't know, but when they appear at the end, a lot of characters are wearing white uniforms on, which I think is meant to represent maybe the afterlife or something like that, maybe a bit more symbolic. I mean, you could have all the main characters wearing that as a variant as well. It'd be amazing. But honestly, check that out when you do, especially if you love history. Again, it's not the most historically accurate work out there, but you know what? I do think it's very good work, especially the inclusion of people from all backgrounds, different ethnic backgrounds and origins. Playing parts are essentially historically of white people. I think it's really good having inclusion of people based on their skill and merit. And you know what? They all seem to have a bit of fun. They all seem to enjoy doing it. And it's definitely well worth it. But anyway, I've kept enough of your time today. Thank you again for listening. I do appreciate it. I'm trying to get better with this whole video editing and voiceover work. I've even enlisted the help of my fiance to do the video and photo taking for me, because she's I think her camera phone's better. I don't tell her I said that. But I'm just still getting to grips with this. So thank you for your patience, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it today as much as I've enjoyed doing them. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm uploading this on a Sunday, so the wee hours of freedom are fast closing. Unfortunately, back to work tomorrow. But hope you're enjoying yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and see you around next time. All the best.